All right, guys. So this is in the group. I'm not sure if we're gonna do this on the public group, but this is Crypto Chat Africa, and as well as any of our other affiliated groups that are underneath us. Now, someone was bringing this up. That's why I'm looking at this now. I have no idea what this project about. I'm not sure what that project is about, but we will see at some point. So I have that there because I just brought it up. But let's look here. Um, I think I was, yeah, this is where I drew back some months ago about, hey, this could go up or down and everything, but it's not going to. This is where I was considering, like, hey, it could either do that or it can go to the downside. If it went into a little channel, we've been tracking that. I have another chart too where I'm tracking it and saying, well, this is going to break the low over here and things like that. We're not going to focus on that for now. Let's just look at the dominance overall and see where it's going. Well, Bitcoin has been on a trend of going down. Now, this could be accumulating more or less, but it going back over 50%. I think a lot of these, they call them crap coins and everything. I'm looking at many of them as scam coins and everything like that. I think the market has to be flushed out in order for that to happen. And since that's not going to happen, oh, and by the way, if you hear some sounds in the background, that is my rabbit chewing on some cardboard or wood. So it just depends on which one she gets at the moment. So we're going to look at this. I don't even know why this is here. I might have looked at that at a lower time frame or something like that because it's not even aligned correctly to anything that I would put up unless it was right here and then that broke through. It tried to retest and it failed. That actually makes sense. I think this was drawn from these two daily candles. This one fell through, went down to retest and got rejected again. So Bitcoin is going down, whereas Ethereum is still in a, I know this isn't really a bull flag, but I drew it there just for a reference point for myself. But look at this. Ethereum seems to be going in the opposite direction. Let's zoom out even a little bit more so we can see fit more on the screen. So Ethereum seems to be going in the opposite direction. And at some point, I mean, the all-time high dominance there, I think it was 32%, but it shows 30% plus here. I think we're going to retest at 25. I think we're going to retest at 25. Once this comes back up again, I think the next thing we go for the 25, let's look at Binance dominance, whereas that's been going up. Very, very interesting here about Binance. Tether should be going down if I'm not mistaken, but it could be going up here. Let's go on the 3-day. That makes it a little bit easier to see. Actually, that makes sense of where it's going up. All right, USDC, Tether, those are stable coins. But look, this is the biggest thing that I want to point out right here. So look, people like whole numbers, right? People like whole numbers. And so I want to point out this. We have been, even though we didn't touch and fill up this tiny gap here from the old all-time high and this wick down, that means we have a chance of filling that here, but we got very, very close. So the way I'm looking at this is, and this is not drawn to scale, by the way, that doesn't mean it's going to curve just like this. It's just the general shape, okay? General shape. Now, this could do 1, 2, and 3, where we might have a third one up, and then it goes to breaks to the upside. We might break to the downside, where then at that point I'm looking for it to drop to about the 500 billion mark, give or take a couple of billion or whatnot, or tens of billions. So that means I would be looking for an inverse head and shoulders at that point, because then that would be another low. This would be one shoulder, or maybe that is, comes up, forms another shoulder, and then takes off. But for now, all we're doing is accumulating at the 1 trillion mark. See, just because we're below or above doesn't mean that's still the 1 trillion. Remember, when markets are doing that, it's going to go up and down. And people are not looking at this. They're looking at it day to day and say, oh my goodness, this is going here, it's going there. I said, look, it looks like we accumulated right around in June. We had a big wipeout in June. We're going here. We retested this other area. This was an important area before. I actually forgot why, but that was way back when we hit it the first time. Probably an accumulation if I were to look, or some kind of important zone. I forget why. Oh, here we go. That's likely the reason why. Um, so we're accumulating around upwards or downwards a little bit, give or take, 1 trillion. Now let's zoom in so you guys can see it a little bit better. See that? So we're looking upwards or downwards of 1 trillion. All right. So we're going to bounce around here, accumulate before we either go to the downside, another leg down, or go up. Now I'm convinced that this could be the bottom. Why? Because people like ones, threes, and fives. And guess what? The total market cap with everything is at the 1 area. The total market cap without Bitcoin is at the 5, and the total market cap without Bitcoin and Ethereum are at 3. Isn't that the perfect combination? We like ones, threes, and fives. So, and also the total market cap, when you zoom out, actually hit 3 trillion basically on the dot. I was thinking it might have overshot. That's what the target I was looking for, but it winded up doing that. Is, as we can see, that was forming a see, I even did that early here. See, I didn't even correct what I the TA right there. I was thinking, hey, this could be, and always, as I said, not drawn to scale, but this could be an head and shoulders pattern. So that means we were already prepared at that point. See, people, you can even see the evidence from my old TA right here that we're prepared for these moves. I was prepared for whether this goes up, comes back down, and then takes off, or if it goes sideways. It winded up going down though, because this looks like this could have been a W pattern, which it was. Here's a W here, then it's an overall bigger W right there. Same thing can happen here. So I'm preparing for different scenarios. Let's go over here. We got an important accumulation point right at the 5, which, what was that? The old all-time high. That was the old all-time high right here for alts. Then we got the 3. I don't even think I marked this one up because I haven't looked at this one until today. And then I noticed it's at the 3. So it's accumulating right around the 300 billion mark. See, when we do things, not financial advice, always do your own research. This is for educational purposes. As you know that we have our education. If you're not already part of our group, we have our serious ones. Look, the warning thing is here. Look, you may have to pay a substantial amount of taxes, and you are responsible for your tax burden after you've gotten our education and signals for the huge amount of money that you may make. Okay, that's a warning right there. All right. We're not responsible for the taxes that you may have to incur, the large amount of taxes from the education that you got. So if you're serious about that, join our groups, cryptochatafrica.com/shop. You can go to the different ones. We got a 5,000 for the very, very serious, very focused people. That's 5,000 per year. We got a 4,000 one. That's for our silver. We got the gold, silver, and then we got the bronze, which is $90 a month, or you can pay for the year. It comes out to $80 a month, $960 for the year. So there you go. So let's continue right here. Now let's look at this. I'm convinced that we will be having, this is the bottom. That's where I'm looking at. That is most likely the bottom for those reasons. The 1, 3, and the 5. The 1, 3, and the 5. And it's mainly because when I was looking at Bitcoin and when I look at Ethereum, I'm like, well, Ethereum is much stronger than Bitcoin right now. Now, it fell more than Bitcoin when it was falling, but now because it wiped itself out and it kind of dusted itself off, it's starting to recover a little bit faster than Bitcoin. And that was probably due to the Ethereum going over the proof of stake. And you know how many times they've rinsed, washed, and repeated that same thing? Ethereum's going over to Ethereum 2.0. I mean, I saw that when I was in the crypto market in 2017. People said it was some talk about that in 2015 or 2016 or something. So it's just like Ethereum's running the same playbook over year after year. It's kind of like the China news, where it's like China's banning it. No, China's unbanned it. China's banning it. China's unbanned it. It's like, wait a minute. They haven't really done anything substantial, but they keep running with it just because like a politician or something is said. So Ethereum right now, I'm looking at this and taking a step back from all of the hype and all of those things here and looking at this channel saying that I put the little flagpole here, even though it's irrelevant and doesn't really make as much sense for my mind to realize that this is an accumulation area, and this could go to the upside. Okay, this is an accumulation area getting wider and wider, and it's going to go to the upside. That's what my reference point is. That I remember that this is going to the upside most likely for me. That's where I'm going. So as soon as it breaks out from this top area, which is from over here, not even these wicks, they retested it. Once it comes up here, it's going over to, like I said, 25% plus. That's what I think the next target is for Ethereum. Now for Bitcoin, I'm actually very shaky on this one because I don't even think we're gonna come right back up to hit this mark again. We might not hit it ever again. I'm thinking we're gonna break the all-time low, for that. As you can see, that's 35.41%. I don't see any reason why we can't. My overall target for Bitcoin dominance is still going to be that 20% mark where I said it's going to be 20 to 25% to give it a range, but I'm thinking 20% is where Bitcoin will eventually hit, up or down about 5 to 6% in either direction. That's where I think that Bitcoin will settle for a period of time. It could be a 20-year, 50-year stretch or something like that, where it's like, okay, if this were stabilized and the stock market type of thing, Bitcoin could still be dominant at about 20 to 25%. All right. It might not be the number one, or it could be the number one. Even at 25%, Ethereum might not have flipped it, right? It might not hit the 25% now, or it hits it and then it gets rejected, and then Bitcoin just tumbles down to the 25% mark, and Ethereum could be around 20 to 18. So Bitcoin still has more dominance to give up. There's a gap right here, slightly, just like there's a gap there. So I'm thinking we're going to come back down here to fill up that. But hey, everybody has their own point of view there. Let me hear what yours is. Drop that comment below if I'm uploading this on the public YouTube. If not, then you see it in the private group. I think I am going to put this part public so that we could get the conversation going. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our Telegram group. You can search that Crypto Chat Africa for that group. If you want to join all of the other ones, remember, cryptochatafrica.com/shop. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.